It's Leykis 101, the ongoing on-air adult education course that teaches men how to get more tail for less money. Just as importantly, we teach women how men think. Toll free at 1-800-5800-TOM. It's 1-800-5800-866. I am your professor. This is my classroom. Class is in session. This is where we teach the tenets of Leykis 101. Our classroom is wherever you happen to be sitting right now. You're sitting in it. And as an electronic classroom, many of you write in with your questions, your criticisms, your complaints, your disagreements. You send it to Tom@blowmeuptom.com, and I read them all. Tom@blowmeuptom.com. Alex in Seattle writes in. He needs help immediately. He says, Tom, my beloved father, I need some help quick. I met a chick at a party on Saturday. Today is Monday. I would have sealed the deal if either she hadn't had a wing woman or there had been an empty bed and a condom at the house. I got her number and said that I would call, but left it vague. I'm thinking of calling her on Wednesday or Thursday, but is that too soon? Should I wait until next week? Let me know, as I'll be listening. Thanks, Dad. Alex in Seattle. Alex, let another weekend pass by. Call her Sunday night. Leave it vague as to what you've been up to. Let her believe that you had other things going on the weekend because you are busy. You are in demand. Don't be tempted to call her any earlier than the following Sunday. So if that's this Sunday, that's when you call. Even if you don't have any action this weekend, go out with your buddies, go out and do something fun, go out to a game, do something. But do not call her before Sunday. Make her believe you've got other stuff going on over the weekend. Good luck. Adam writes in and says, Dear Tom, I am a long-time listener, and I had a question regarding the $40 rule. Is this a total or per person? Also, are there any exceptions to this rule? It has been a long time since I've been single, and I've been listening religiously. And I want to tell other users of your classroom that this works better than any 12-step program. Thanks, Tom, your loyal listener, Adam. Well, first of all, just a side note, we don't use the word single to describe ourselves on this program. The word is unmarried. Single implies desperation, like a vacuum that needs to be filled. I need to be married. I'm single but looking, single but curious, single but interested. I go on singles cruises. I go to singles bars. I go to singles mixers. These are people who have the stink of death. The stink of death. So don't say single. The $40 rule is a total. That's the total. There are ways to cut your bill. One is try to avoid dinner altogether by telling her you'll hook up with her for a drink after dinner. Ask her what time she's having dinner. She'll tell you, 7:30, 8 o'clock. You say, great, why don't we hook up for a drink about 9:30? That way you've avoided dinner altogether. If you are sucked into dinner, take her to some small, cheap place with some amount of coolness or hipness factor. Or take her to some, think about this, take her to some restaurant, any restaurant, not the most expensive restaurant in town, and eat dinner before you have dinner. Then you have a green salad when you're with her. You tell her you're watching your weight. What's she going to do if you're watching your weight? Eat like a pig? And if she would, you're with the wrong chick anyway. It's that simple. But, yeah, keep it to $40 or less. And that means the later at night you hook up with her, the less you will spend. The earlier you're there, the more likely she'll want to go to a movie or a dance club or somewhere where she's going to expect you to spend money. You want to make it later and later when possible. Here's someone who's just pissed off. Says, Tom, I like some of the advice you give to the younger men not to get tied down too early in life. I do have a problem with you coaching men to get, quote, younger, hotter chicks. When I was 18, 19, and I was hot, I never would have gone anywhere with an older man. I never dated anyone over 5 years older than I was. So what, sweetheart? Lots of women do. She says, I wanted the long-time relationship and marriage. I knew what the older men wanted when they approached me. I wasn't interested in being kept as a plaything when they wanted to use my body. They all want to use your body, sweetheart. But the younger they are, the more they figure they have to pretend to be interested in you, to pretend to love you, pretend to be interested in what you're saying. And older men can pretty much be straightforward about what they are and what they want. She says there are all types of people. You should give people a break when they disagree with you. I know you are the master debater, but instead of being a total jerk, why don't you just blow them up? I am a total jerk. I'm an a-hole and a jerk, and I'm proud of both. She says, recently you talked about men dating older women, and you disagree with that. What is the difference between an old, out-of-shape man or woman? Well, the difference is that men generally pay the bulk of the freight. If we're paying, that's the tax. We expect to get younger, hotter women, and generally we do. She says, you talk about the little 18-year-olds, you sound so proud of yourself. You're disgusting! You're an old pervert! Thank you. Proud to be a pervert. No doubt about it. If you knew how many 18-year-olds want me, dear, if you had any clue, there's a line out the door. And if you weren't old yourself, I'd say take a number, but you're probably too old for me. You know the deal. All right, it's Leykis 101. This is where you come when you want to avoid relationships, avoid commitment, avoid marriage. When all you want to do is get in and get out, all you want is sex. You don't want to listen to her going on and on and on and on and on and on and on. You don't want to hear about her cat Fluffy, her boss who's a jerk, her ex-boyfriend who treated her like crap or abused her. You just want to get inside her panties. As your professor, I can help you do all of that.
Tom Leykis. 1-800-5800-TOM.
This show is for men who want to get laid for as little money as possible. Okay, if guys want to get married, then there's another class for it.
But
obviously, your head is over your butt, honey. You don't understand it. Guys who want to get laid will listen. Guys who don't want to do it will not. There's always a choice.
It's Leykis 101 on the Tom Leykis Show.
The Tom Leykis Show. 1-800-5800-TOM. Leykis 101. It's Mike. Hello.
Tom, how you doing, man?
I'm okay, Mike.
I got to be honest, I just started listening about 3 months ago. My mom was the one that actually introduced me to you. I'm really nervous talking to you, man. I really think you're doing a real good thing. So, here's the story. I dated a girl for about six years, off and on. I got her pregnant my senior year in 2003. She had an abortion. We got back together.
By the way, Mike, you're 21?
21, correct.
So you're not a student here, I take it.
Well, I was. I just left school about...
No, I mean a Leykis 101 student.
No, I'm just starting to get into it right now.
All right. Well, you know what we say about being 21 and having a girlfriend?
Bad idea.
Bad idea.
So, here's what happened. We broke up. We got back together in March of 2005. She called me up about a week later saying that she's pregnant.
Pregnant again?
Yeah, pregnant.
By the way, what kind of birth control were you using, Mike?
I wasn't using anything. She was using birth control pills.
That's what she told you.
That's what she told me.
Isn't it amazing someone gets pregnant twice while they're having sex with you and they're on the pill?
Right.
Maybe she's lying.
Well, exactly. Now I'm coming to the conclusion that she stopped taking her birth control. I think she had a feeling that our relationship was coming to an end.
Right.
She figured she could stop taking her birth control, get herself pregnant, and trap me in this relationship.
Right.
So she got pregnant. Of course, I wanted an abortion. She said absolutely not. She doesn't believe in it now, even though she got one about 3 years before this. So I'm calling total BS. I went the whole.
So what? She was 17 the first time she had an abortion with you?
She was 18. 18.
Okay.
So I went through the whole 9 yards. I sat down with my parents, sat down with her parents, sat down with a psychologist. He went through all the reasons on why it's a bad idea not to have a kid.
Wait, stop. It's a bad idea not to have a kid.
Right.
So in other words, it's a good idea to have a kid.
No, I'm sorry. It's a bad idea to have a kid.
Right.
Financial situations, our age, immaturity,
right.
The whole 9 yards. I went through everything, Tom. I did. Wouldn't listen to anyone. She had a stick stuck up her behind. She would not listen to anyone. She was set on this decision to have a kid. So I talked to her for maybe the first month of her telling me she was pregnant. After that, we completely stopped talking. So I called her up today. She said she's still pregnant. Her due date is November 26th. I told her asked her what her plans were. She said she plans on keeping the kid. She doesn't consider adoption whatsoever.
Right, so you're paying.
Well, I don't know. Originally she told me that she doesn't want a dime out of me, but when she has a kid, those are probably going to change.
Of course it does.
For child support.
It almost always changes.
So it gets even worse. When I was younger, my aunt and uncle, who are very wealthy, opened up a college account for me in Janus. The job that I'm working for was paying for my school, so I didn't use any of that money. Once I turned 21, they turned all that money over into my name. So I have about $26,000 in my name right now.
Well, your savings have nothing to do with it. It has to do with what your income is.
Okay, so this $25,000 that's in the Janus is going to be completely safe.
I don't know about completely safe. That's what you need an attorney for. So.
Okay, right, and we're planning on getting one. I just needed a confirmation that she still is pregnant. She didn't have a miscarriage or an abortion. But as of today, I did get the confirmation that she is pregnant. Due date is November 26th. She plans on keeping it.
Now, you told Dean something else about this that you did not tell me.
Man, there's so much that I could go on for hours about.
Did you tell Dean you're not sure this kid is yours?
Right.
Well, that's kind of important, don't you think?
It is. And as soon as that kid comes out, the very first thing we're going to do is get a DNA test to see if it is mine. And then after that...
Now, when are you going to start using condoms, son?
Tom, as of now, I'm almost tempted to go gay. I'm so done with girls. Girls are nothing but trouble. The sex is good, but other than that, they are good for absolutely nothing. So, as of now, I haven't even slept with the girl. I haven't even.
If you do, well, are you going to believe her the next time she says, I'm on the pill, or I'm using a diaphragm, or whatever?
Absolutely not. Trust me, if there's one thing I could say to any guy out there that's listening, always, always, always use a condom, because no matter what the girl says, she could have forgot to take the pill, she could be lying. Always use a condom. Trust me, guys, always.
Yeah.
Your life will come to an end if you don't, just like mine did.
Yeah.
So, and of course this girl's repeating the exact same steps her mother did. Her mother was a drug addict, got pregnant by her father. They had...
By the way, that's always a good preview of what you're in for.
Well, she always told me as we were growing up that she wanted to do absolutely nothing that her mother did, so...
But everybody says that about their parents, and then they end up being a lot like their parents.
Right.
Everybody says that.
Right.
Much as I say I didn't get along with my father, I have a lot in common with my father.
Oh, yeah, and I do too. Me and my, much as I hate to admit it.
So what do you care when they say, oh, I don't want to be like my mother? It doesn't matter what she wants. That's where she's going.
I believed her at the time. I really believed that she wanted to make
Because you were too immature to have a relationship, son. You believed everything she said.
I know.
And if you were more mature, you would have known that girls lie about this stuff.
Absolutely. And unfortunately, that's I learned it the hard way, you know.
Hopefully it won't be yours and you'll get a new lease on life. But do not go without that DNA test. Do not run and hide from legal papers that come to you. I guarantee you she'll need money and she'll find an attorney or her parents will find her one. And then they'll be coming after your paycheck.
Possibly. I have a feeling that her parents aren't going to be able to afford an attorney, but who knows.
Don't worry. One will be appointed to them and they'll go to family court. And believe me, they'll get money from you.
Okay. So, I guess my question for you is that after this kid comes out and we determined if it is mine or not, if it is mine, should I stay in this kid's life?
No. Well, don't stay with her.
Well, no, absolutely not. I want.
I mean, here's the thing: if a woman did that to me, I would not be available. I would pay whatever I was legally required to pay, and that would be the end of my involvement.
And you wouldn't have any take in this child's life at all?
Nope. I have no interest, zero interest in being a parent. None.
Well, neither do I, but that's the part that's going to morally get me wrong is because, I'm bringing a child...
No, she's bringing a child into the world. You're an innocent bystander.
Right.
You're not bringing anything into the world.
Right.
She lied to you and said she was on birth control. You were stupid and didn't use a condom. Other than that, you're not bringing a child into the world.
I feel like I need to stop being selfish and think about myself and think about...
Start being selfish. You need to start being selfish. And stop worrying about her feelings or the feelings of her kid, the one that she wants to have that you don't.
Okay.
You have your own life to worry about. And by the way, if you have to pay for that kid, you're going to have to work twice as hard now.
Oh, absolutely.
So you've got things to do.
Okay. Okay. So don't take part of this kid's life then, huh?
Well, if you want to, you can.
Well.
But I'm just telling you what I want in life, and that's what I want is not to be a parent.
Right, and I don't want to be a parent this young either.
If you don't want to be, you don't have to be. That's the wonderful thing about... If there's anything good in all these laws that are so unfair to men, it is that you do not have to be involved in a child's life. You only have to write a check.
Okay.
So you'll fulfill your legal commitments.
Okay.
Make sense?
Yeah, I understand.
By the way, what does this loser do for a living?
She works at Costco.
Not
a very high-paying job.
That's great. Well, we'll see how many hours she's showing up at Costco when the little crumb cruncher comes along.
Right.
And then we'll see how much money she doesn't need from you.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I appreciate your advice, Tom.
Mike, I'm here to help. Good luck. 1-800-5800-TOM. It's Danny on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hello, Tom.
Hello, Danny.
Long time, first time.
Thank you.
Yeah, I just want to tell you got a student back in the fold because I dumped that bitch.
All right.
After 4 years, 1 month, 15 days. But, hey, she's gone. And I'm back in the fold, Actually, I got this girl by using Leykis 101. Took her out. I got some on the second date. She was cool. After I saw her naked, I listened to what she had to say after that. And, so she was cool to hang around with. Ended up hanging around for, 4 years. The first 2 years were great. Spit fire in the bed. But after the third year, that kind of started dropping off little by little, one by one,
Time to go.
Yep. Of course, it took a year, but hey, the balls were getting pulled away from the body a little bit more, so I finally snatched them back.
How did she react when you dumped her?
She was kind of pissed about it anyway. She was kind of thinking the same thing. But she finally just, said, I want all my stuff back and everything. And she came by and dropped it off and everything. And, I got some stuff to give to her, too. But she was pretty pissed, too.
Oh, there you go. Well, Danny, I'm glad to hear that. Now you'll get more ass than a toilet seat. It'll be wonderful. Travis on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hello, Tom.
Hello, Travis.
Hey, I just wanted to let you know, not the last caller, but the caller before, I just want to let you know that unlike him, I am the model student. The reason is because I started dating a Norwegian girl, straight from Norway, fresh off the boat, coming over to college for 4 years, all through school. Government got to the point where they wanted to send her home. We're still getting along really well. So I married her. I kept her around. So that is going really well.
So you married her just because otherwise she'd have to leave the country.
Otherwise.
That's one of the few good reasons, and there are very few, one of the few good reasons to marry anybody.
That's what you told me.
That's right.
So then for my best buddy, Orion, he missed my bachelor party, and he heard about Tom Leykis coming up in Seattle. We're down here in Reno. We listen to you on an AM station that doesn't come in too clear.
Yeah.
And he said, we're going. And I said, where are we going? He says, we're going up for a boys' weekend out.
Oh, I love that.
We're flying up to Seattle.
I wonder how many people are flying into Seattle for boys' night out from out of town.
There's two of us right here.
So far we've heard from Victoria, B.C., L.A., and Reno, Nevada.
That's it. Then we're going to catch, he's an A's fan, I'm a Mariners fan. We're catching the game after the show on Saturday.
Uh-huh.
We're catching the baseball game after the show.
Yeah.
Going on Saturday.
Uh-huh.
And then we're driving down south. I got some friends that live in good old Morton, Nevada, good old logger town, and they're throwing a boxing party for the pay-per-view boxing on Sunday.
Look at that. That's a boys' weekend for sure.
1-800-5800-TOM. 1-800-5800-866.
Do you know that you're like a drug? Once you turn your radio show on, you have to listen.
That's right.
Every day.
Even Bible thumpers like yourself can't stop listening.
I know. It's so true.
The Tom Leykis Show.
From Los Angeles, the Tom Leykis Show at 1-800-5800-TOM. Time's a-wasting. Boys' Night Out at Paramount Theater tomorrow night. I am your MC. We're there with Bobby Slayton, Steve Brewer, John DeResta, and No Chicks. It's a night you won't forget. Call Ticketmaster right now. It's your last shot here, 206-529-4051. 206-529-4051. I go to Ticketmaster.com. Leykis 101, I am your professor. It's Jason. Hello.
Hello, Professor Leykis.
Hello, Jason.
Long time listener, first time to get through.
Love that.
How you doing, Tom?
Do you care, Jason?
You know I care, Professor.
Doing great.
Tom, the reason why I'm calling tonight, I'm calling for all my other students to just let them know that I have been through it. Tom, let me tell you something. Okay, so I'm in class. I was started out in class a few years ago. I was going to class, staying out of relationships, doing the right thing, and I joined the military. And I got stationed in some podunk town where, unfortunately, I couldn't go to class anymore because they weren't intelligent enough to bring you guys through the radio signals.
That sucks.
I'm out of class, and I'm in a little town with no real hot women, and what happens? I get lonely, and I end up with some little girl comes up to me, starts paying me some attention, and Tom, next thing I know, I'm up there, and I'm signing on the dotted line, and I'm married now. I tell you, Tom. So, finally now, that's why I'm back in class, Tom, because I needed to come back. But the reason why I'm back is because I'm out now, and I am back. I'm listening to you out here from Dallas, and I'm looking out here at all the hot chicks here in Dallas, and, man, I'm wondering, what have I got myself into? I'm telling you, we've been married just about a year now, and she's already gained at least more than 10 pounds. And it's going downhill here for me. But let me tell you, I just wanted to tell
you didn't procreate, did you?
No. No kids. No.
All right.
I've dodged that bullet, and I plan to. Yeah.
I guarantee you, she wants kids. And if she thinks you're on the way out the door, she's going to put pinholes in those condoms, baby. I would stop having sex with her as soon as possible.
Yes. I need to lock those condoms up at least, or
No. Lock something else up.
Yeah. Yeah, Tom, I do. I do.
Because she will do it, Jason.
Yeah.
Write it down.
I will.
Got it?
I will, Tom. All right, Tom. Well, listen, hey, I appreciate everything you've done for all the students out here, and I am living proof that if you don't stay in class, like everybody tells you to stay in school.
Yes.
I'm telling everybody, stay in class, stay with Professor Leykis, because I am living proof of what will happen to you if you stay out of class. You'll forget it, and you'll be stuck. But
Jason, thank you so much for that. I appreciate it. Let's go to Tom on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hey, what's up, Dad?
Not much, son.
Hey, I got some big problems. I'm in the military, and I met this chick, and everything was going great, and so we decided to get married just for the benefit of money. That was the whole bottom line.
Oh, my God.
Right, I know. But I got to live off base. Everything's going great, 6 months. Now, she's got a kid, a 7-year-old kid. He's a little hellion, to say the least. Now, she wants me to be the father of this guy.
Oh, boy, that's a mistake number 2. That's strike 2 there.
Yeah, I know. So, well, I mean, what do I do? Should I square this little guy away, teach him how to be a man, or should I just flat out back?
He is somebody else's problem.
Yeah, exactly.
You should not get too attached to him. You should get the hell out of there.
You think so?
Before she gets pregnant again.
Oh, no, I wrap it.
How old is she, by the way?
She's 24.
So she had this kid at 18, got pregnant at 17.
Right.
She will have no qualms about putting pinholes in your condoms.
You don't think so?
No.
All right.
What are you doing?
I mean, the only problem is we didn't sign like a prenuptial or anything like that. Do you think I should get a post-nub now?
Pal, you should get out.
Just get out, flat out?
How long have you been married?
About 7 months now.
No, you might be able to get it annulled if you talk to an attorney.
Right, well, I have...
Renee Zellweger just got it annulled.
Right, I spoke to an attorney, and the attorney said the only way is if there was some type of falsehood involved or something like that. So, I don't know, like we originally, we thought about getting an annulment after we first got married because she was a little sketchy about the whole situation, but we decided to stick through it and everything.
She was sketchy about what situation?
About the whole situation where we really don't want to get married. We just did it for the money. And I mean, I even pay her, you know what I mean?
Yeah, you know what? Talk to your attorney. That might be defined as fraud.
You think so?
I don't know. I'm not an attorney. But you tell that to your attorney and ask him.
All right, I will. All right, hey, Dad, hey, will you take me out tribal style?
Here you go, Tom. It's Matt on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hey, Tom, how you doing?
Doing okay, Matt.
Awesome. I just want to tell the listeners out there not to settle. Do not settle for an old woman. Don't settle for a hag. I'm 32 years old. I got a 20-year-old girlfriend.
Now, remember, I want the boys to do a little quick math here. When you were her age, she was 8 years old.
Yeah, but that's beside the point. She's not now.
How hot is that?
That's what I'm saying.
That's hot.
She lives with me, pays for most of the bills. She gives me 90% of her paycheck and cleans the house and does whatever I tell her to do.
Wow.
Women are like ice cream, Tom. You don't have to settle. If I go to Baskin-Robbins, there's a ton of flavors out there. If they don't have the one I want, I'll go and wait until I can get the one I want.
I say women are like ice cream cones. Lick them until you finish them.
1-800-5800-TOM. Leykis. 1-800-5800-866.
He doesn't know you're leaving. He thinks you're staying.
Well, how can I stay with somebody when they sat there and they lied?
Again, why are you still with him now?
Because I'm a girl. I'm stupid.
Okay, I'll buy that.
This is the Tom Leykis Show.
It's the Tom Leykis Show. 1-800-5800-TOM Leykis 101. It's Mike. Hello.
Hello, brother.
Hello. What up?
What's going on? Real quick, before I get into my story, I just turned on TRL, and the Kanye West song is on.
Yeah.
And let me tell you, that is right to Leykis 101.
Oh, no doubt about it. You know, Kanye lives 4 houses down from me. No, I'm not kidding. He does.
Well, you know, maybe he wrote the song after listening to you.
I don't know if he did, but we're certainly on the same wavelength.
Absolutely. So here's my story. I moved out here about 3.5 years ago from the Midwest, from Ohio. And this weekend I'm going back to Ohio for a wedding. And I'm religious about listening to you, but I want to know how the rules of Leykis 101 apply to a short stay somewhere where no one else is going to know you, and how you pick up chicks and get laid at weddings.
Are the people getting married related to you?
No, no one is related to me at the wedding. But it's one of my college roommates that's getting married.
Yeah.
Married.
Well, chicks are all, their panties all get moist when they're at a wedding, and they think, my God, I want to be next. So that's certainly an opportunity to be taken advantage of.
I understand, but the things I'm trying to apply towards the rules of Leykis 101 towards this, I'm trying to learn how, or apply that, okay, you meet the chicks, you want to deceive them a little bit about what you do. You're not lying to them, but you're extending the truth a little bit. The only problem I foresee with some of that stuff, some of my friends that are going to be at the wedding might be like, hey, you don't do that. That's not what you told me you do. So, I mean, how do I extend the truth without getting in trouble and having to bite me in the ass the same night?
How do you do what now?
Telling Leykis 101 rules. I remember listening a week or so ago, and the guy said he was a secret spy. All right? I'm not a secret spy. I guess. Yeah,
but you might show up in town now that you're living in L.A. You might show up in town with some business cards that show you to be a producer, a director, president of a company.
Yeah.
You can simply download the logo of any company off their website, have it printed on business cards along with your title.
Well, that's not an option tonight. I have a red eye and actually packing now. Going to go play a few tennis, and then
do you have a post office box or something like that?
Oh, I mean, have a mailbox, but
no, I mean like that's not at your home.
Oh, I can have it sent, mail sent to work. Yeah.
All right. So you are a producer, a screenwriter, a director. That's why you left Ohio. You've got a development deal with Showtime. Whoever watches Showtime? Who could ever check? The development deal with Showtime. You're going to be producing a new pilot for Showtime. In fact, pilot season is coming up, and this is your last break before you get into the nitty-gritty of producing that show.
Well, the only problem I foresee having that is some of the people there at the wedding might not. One of the girls I tell that to, they're going to go back to one of my friends or someone that's not my friend but knows me and say, he's not a producer. He's not doing that.
Well, aren't your buddies in this with you? You certainly need to talk to them and get your ducks lined up.
My buddies will back me up whatever I say.
Right.
But the people who know me that aren't my friends, but through the...
They don't know what you're doing in L.A. What are you doing in L.A.? What are you doing in Orange County? What are you doing?
I'm a marketing manager. I actually direct marketing programs for Fortune 100 companies.
You easily could have started marketing for Sony Pictures or Showtime or somebody like that. You could have changed gigs and then signed yourself a development deal. That could easily happen. So anybody who doesn't know that happened, they haven't kept up with you. They don't know what's happened the last few months.
Well, and actually, I was in a movie, the big movie, the Vince Vaughn and Wilson movie, a couple months.
You were in Wedding Crashers? Now you're going to do? You're going to go pick up chicks at a wedding?
I was actually in Wedding Crashers. I'm in some of the shots. And
well, that's perfect. You're going to use that too.
But everyone knows my name, so I mean...
Wedding Crashers. Are you kidding me? Yes.
I was in Wedding Crashers.
Tell them, well, you're going to use that too. That's how they're going to know you're in the movie, because you were in a movie. You were in one of the biggest hits of the year.
There you go.
And now you've got your own development deal. And anybody who doesn't know that, you haven't been keeping in touch with everybody. You've been so busy in Southern California, you haven't been able to call people, and you didn't want to rub it in anybody's face.
No, okay.
That's what you're going to say?
All right.
People think I'm rubbing it in their face. I left Ohio. I've gone Hollywood. I'm really not that kind of guy.
Okay.
But if they must know, yes, you have a development deal. Yes, you were in Wedding Crashers, yes.
There you go. Okay.
That's what you're going to say, and it's going to work, and you are going to get laid. Our email address is my name. It's Tom at... blowmeuptom.com.
The Tom Leykis Show.